Libra, something powerful is quietly moving into alignment around you. A form of abundance that feels balanced, real, and emotionally restorative is drawing closer than you may have allowed yourself to believe before. This is not fantasy or empty hope. Between May 28th and 29th, 2026, a rare energetic opening begins unfolding around you like curtains lifting in warm evening light. During these days, a doorway of harmony opens for those finally ready to stop measuring their value through exhaustion and start allowing life to meet them halfway. And Libra, your energy is deeply connected to this moment. This message did not arrive by accident. It found you exactly when it needed to, carrying something that settles into the heart like a quiet inner knowing. You can already feel it, can't you? That subtle shift beneath the surface, like still water reflecting a different sky before the storm has fully passed. This is more than temporary comfort. A new current of receiving is beginning to open around you, and you were always meant to walk toward it, instead of questioning whether you deserved it. Venus, your ruling planet, is creating meaningful alignments that illuminate your relationship with self-worth, emotional reciprocity, and balance, while Pluto and Saturn continue reshaping what true stability means for you. As May 29th approaches, hidden emotions and deeper truths begin rising closer to the surface. This energy reaches beyond astrology alone. It feels like a meeting point between healing, timing, and the life your spirit has quietly been preparing to receive. You have carried more than most people realize, Libra. Your instinct to preserve peace, your sensitivity to beauty and emotional harmony, your ability to hold space for others even while your own heart felt stretched thin. The world may not always recognize that invisible weight, but life itself has not overlooked it. And now, opportunities, meaningful support, aligned connections, and unexpected blessings begin moving toward you, not because you chased them endlessly, but because some part of you was always aligned with their arrival. This message is here to remind you that abundance is not something you force through struggle. It is something you gradually become emotionally available for through openness, balance, and trust. Take a breath and let that settle into you. Life has not forgotten you, and the stillness you once questioned may have been quietly rearranging things behind the scenes all along. The silence was never proof that nothing was happening. It was preparing your inner world to hold what is now trying to enter it. And if some deeper part of you already recognizes this message, do not ignore that feeling. When you speak your intention out loud, you begin grounding it into your reality. Little by little, you become capable of holding what once felt distant or impossible to receive. Pause here with me for a moment, not only so I can continue guiding you, but also to sincerely thank you for being here. Every comment, every share, every moment you spend connecting with this message helps carry this energy of healing and possibility farther than you realize. Your openness gives life to these words in ways that extend far beyond the screen itself. And what unfolds next is not only about changing your relationship with money or opportunity, it is about reconnecting with the deeper reason you were always meant to receive in the first place. Together, we are beginning to loosen old stories around scarcity, restore balance where depletion once lived, and reopen the flow that has quietly been waiting for your trust. You have already stepped into something sacred now, and the deeper truth beneath all of this is only beginning to reveal itself. Libra, you were never meant to spend your life proving you deserved beautiful things. Your value existed long before fear convinced you to question it, quiet and natural as light moving across still water at dusk. The abundance beginning to stir around you now is not a reward for suffering or perfection. It is the return of alignment, something your spirit carried before you learned to doubt your own worth. So many people, especially Libra souls, were taught that peace must be earned through overgiving, that harmony requires self-sacrifice, and that worth depends on how much emotional labor you can carry for others. But those beliefs were never truly yours. They were inherited patterns shaped by fear, imbalance, and generations taught to shrink themselves in order to feel accepted. Over time, those ideas settled deeply into the body, shaping the way people learn to survive instead of fully receive. But Libra, you did not come here to keep repeating that cycle. Something inside you remembers another way of living, and what you are searching for now is not something new, it is something you are finally returning to. Close your eyes for a moment and breathe slowly with me. Picture yourself standing beneath a soft river of golden light, shimmering like sunlight across mirrored water. It wraps gently around your shoulders with warmth and calm, carrying a feeling that is both grounding and expansive at once. Inside that light lives everything that has always belonged to you: emotional freedom, balance, creative renewal, meaningful connection, stability that does not demand exhaustion in exchange for peace. Even material abundance exists there naturally, untouched by guilt or struggle. With every breath, it is as though your spirit is remembering a forgotten rhythm, one that existed before fear convinced you that love, comfort, or prosperity had to be earned through depletion. This is not becoming someone different. It is remembering who you were before survival taught you to close yourself off. You do not need to chase abundance until your nervous system burns out. You do not need to force prosperity through panic or constant striving. You only need to return to emotional alignment and allow your inner world to remember that you are safe to receive, safe to hold more, and safe to experience overflow without fear. Because the truth is this, Libra: no outside force holds authority over your relationship with abundance. Not your past, not other people's expectations, not disappointment, and not the moments that once made you doubt yourself. This is not about becoming someone else overnight. It is about returning to balance. Begin gently. Pay attention to the way you speak about yourself in quiet moments. Notice phrases like, "Nothing ever fully works out for me," or "Maybe I ask for too much." Those words may seem small, but they shape the emotional atmosphere you continue living inside. The universe is not punishing you by reflecting those patterns back. It simply responds to the emotional energy you continue feeding with attention. But even now, you can choose a different rhythm. Try speaking to yourself in a softer way. My value does not depend on performance. I welcome abundance with ease and balance. I am open to receiving without guilt. Let those words slowly settle into your body until they begin changing the emotional climate around you. Because once you begin seeing yourself as someone who naturally belongs within the flow of harmony and prosperity, life gradually starts reflecting that belief back to you. That is not fantasy, it is resonance. Trust this deeply. Your soul did not come here to live ruled by fear or emotional lack. It came here to remember how to open again to what was always waiting beneath the surface. The key was never outside of you. It has always rested quietly within your own hands. Somewhere along the way, you learned to protect yourself from disappointment by expecting less. You softened your desires and became careful with your hope because you believed it would keep you safe from pain. Over time, that protection stopped feeling temporary and started feeling like your identity. But scarcity was never your true nature. It was only a role shaped by fear and emotional survival, never the full truth of who you are becoming. And now, Libra, this is the moment where you finally begin setting that weight down. Picture yourself standing before a mirror, your reflection softened by warm evening light moving through open windows. You slowly begin removing the armor you have carried for years, heavy with old fears and expectations that were never truly yours to hold. Beliefs like, "I have to overgive to deserve stability," or "If I stop holding everything together, everything will fall apart," or even, "Maybe peace and abundance were never meant for someone like me." Those thoughts did not come from your deepest truth. They were shaped through fear, emotional survival, and generations of people who learned how to endure life, but never fully learned how to receive from it. Over time, those beliefs settled into your nervous system until they felt almost invisible, shaping the way you responded to money, rest, support, and even joy. But Libra, the energetic shift unfolding between May 28th and 29th, 2026, is creating a new opening around you. Venus, your ruling planet, is guiding you back toward emotional balance, self-worth, and a softer relationship with abundance. This season is not asking you to fight your past or force yourself to transform overnight. It is asking for something gentler, a movement from tension into trust, from emotional guarding into openness, from constantly bracing for disappointment into allowing life to meet you with more ease. So pause for a moment and ask yourself honestly, what belief am I still carrying that no longer belongs in the life I want to create? Write it down in one clear sentence. Maybe it sounds like, I always have to give more than I receive, or, if life feels too good, something painful will follow. Then fold the paper with compassion instead of shame, and when you feel ready, burn it carefully and watch the smoke rise like something finally loosening its grip on your spirit. This is not only symbolic, it is a quiet declaration that you are no longer willing to keep repeating the same emotional cycles. Now return gently to the practical side of things, not through pressure, but through awareness. Begin observing your relationship with money from curiosity instead of fear. For 1 week, simply notice where your energy flows, where anxiety appears, and where you continue holding yourself back. Clarity is not punishment, it is self-respect. Try seeing money as a relationship instead of a source of stress. Ask yourself honestly, if money was standing in front of me, how would I treat it? Would I avoid it, cling too tightly, or secretly fear asking for more ease, beauty, and stability in my life? And as you soften your relationship with receiving, begin rebuilding your confidence in small, meaningful ways. Return to something that excites your spirit. Revisit a talent you quietly abandoned. Ask for guidance when you need it, and stop hiding your gifts behind hesitation. Abundance often moves toward those willing to move with life instead of shrinking away from it. And Libra, once you begin moving with intention instead of fear, life starts responding in ways you could not fully predict. You are not failing. You are unfolding into a fuller version of yourself. The more emotional weight you release, the more naturally your real self begins rising to the surface. There will still be seasons where everything feels quiet, where doors remain closed and progress seems impossible to measure. But life does not always move according to visible timelines. Some of the deepest transformations happen quietly beneath the surface, long before the results appear. You have already begun loosening the old armor built from scarcity and emotional exhaustion. Now comes the softer part of the journey, learning how to trust what has not fully revealed itself yet. Because often the real shift is happening in unseen places, quietly rearranging your path beyond what you can currently see. So imagine yourself standing beneath a dusk-lit sky at the edge of a wide-open landscape. The road ahead curves beyond sight, and while you stand there wondering what comes next, unseen hands are already preparing the path forward. Your spirit team is already at work. Even now, Libra, unseen forces are quietly reshaping the road ahead of you. Conversations are unfolding in the right places, timelines are shifting, and certain paths are being moved out of your reach before they can drain your energy or pull you back into old cycles. What once felt like delay may actually have been life-protecting and redirecting you with far more care than you realized. Some endings that felt painfully personal were never punishments. The opportunity that disappeared, the connection that faded, the door that quietly closed, none of those moments were meaningless. Every disappointment may have been creating space for something more aligned to eventually enter your life. And this is often the hardest thing to trust. You do not need to see every step ahead for your spirit to already be moving in the right direction. Sometimes clarity arrives slowly, like soft light filtering through curtains at sunrise, revealing only what you are ready to understand, one piece at a time. The beautiful thing is that life rarely leaves you without reminders that you are being guided. Sometimes those reminders arrive through repeating numbers like 888 or 777. Sometimes they come through dreams, repeated phrases, meaningful timing, or symbols that continue appearing until they become impossible to ignore. These moments are not random, they are subtle echoes reaching toward your awareness, asking you to slow down long enough to notice what your spirit already senses beneath the surface. If you have been noticing these signs lately, honor them instead of dismissing them. Write them down, speak them aloud, let them become part of your conversation with life. And if you have not noticed them yet, begin with something simple. Say softly to yourself, I am open to the signs. I trust what I cannot fully see yet. Even that small willingness begins loosening fear and creating space for trust to return. So let me ask you gently, Libra. Can you remember a time when something seemed to completely fall apart, only for you to later realize it was guiding you somewhere better? The heartbreak that redirected your path, the detour that led you toward people who truly understood you, the ending that quietly made room for a healthier beginning. We all carry chapters like these, and if one is rising into your heart right now, I invite you to share it in the comments below. Your story may become the reassurance someone else has been waiting to hear. Because Libra, you were never abandoned, even during the quietest seasons of your life. Especially in the moments when you felt unseen, something greater was already moving ahead of you, gently rearranging the road before you arrived there. The more you trust what your eyes cannot fully confirm yet, the more life begins speaking through rhythm, timing, symbols, and quiet inner knowing. Over the next few days, pay attention to what keeps repeating around you. Certain signs may appear subtle at first, but they will carry an emotional weight that lingers long after the moment passes. These are not coincidences, they are responses. They reflect the fact that something inside you is beginning to realign, and your willingness to move forward with openness is already reshaping what comes next. You may begin noticing 111 appearing more often, a gentle reminder that a new beginning is closer than you think. Then there is 888, the rhythm of sustainable abundance and emotional reciprocity, reminding you that prosperity can arrive in a way that feels balanced and safe to receive. You may also notice 444 during moments of uncertainty, appearing like reassurance that support still surrounds you, even when progress feels invisible. And then there is 1155, a rarer sequence connected to transformation, purpose, and the beginning of an entirely new chapter around abundance and self-worth. If 1155 begins appearing around you, it can feel as though life is quietly unfolding a map toward the next version of yourself, gently reminding you that you are more prepared than you realize. But Libra, numbers are not the only language the universe uses to reach you. Over the next 3 days, Libra, stay open to the subtle signs trying to reach you. Some may arrive through sound, like overhearing a stranger say exactly what your heart needed to hear, or someone unexpectedly mentioning a subject you have been quietly thinking about. When moments like that happen, pause and ask yourself why those words arrived at that exact time. Other signs may appear through beauty, color, or symbolic energy. You may notice birds, butterflies, repeating symbols, or certain colors like soft gold, pale blue, or deep green showing up again and again around you. These moments may seem ordinary, but they often carry an emotional resonance beneath the surface. Sometimes a repeated image or feeling awakens something inside you that has quietly been waiting to be remembered. The strongest sign may come from your own intuition. You might suddenly feel called to reconnect with someone, or an idea may arrive fully formed in your mind with unusual calm and clarity. That is not random imagination. It is your spirit recognizing something before your thoughts completely understand it. Before bed each night, take 5 quiet minutes to reflect. Ask yourself what kept repeating, what caught your attention, and where life seemed to be gently guiding you. Write down 3 things, even if they feel small or strangely specific at first. This is how you begin learning the language of spiritual support. Over time, you start trusting what your inner world feels before your mind can fully explain it. And remember this, Libra, you are not being punished through these changes. You are being prepared to receive more without shrinking yourself in the process. You are learning how to hold abundance with grace, how to remain emotionally open without draining your energy, and how to accept support without guilt. So if the signs begin appearing more often, do not dismiss them. Honor them. Let them guide the next small step ahead of you. That is how you begin telling the universe you are ready for a form of prosperity that truly matches who you are becoming. And once that openness settles into your life, something inside you softens. The synchronicities gather more naturally, the tension around your future loosens, and life stops feeling like something you constantly have to force into place. Instead, it begins feeling like something you can meet with trust. And within that shift, gratitude quietly begins blooming inside you. Not forced positivity, but genuine appreciation that expands your ability to receive more fully. Gratitude carries its own magnetic energy. It tells life, I recognize what is already here, and I am open to more. And that more is not only financial support, though abundance may absolutely arrive that way. It can also appear as peace, clarity, meaningful opportunities, emotional balance, deeper connection, and a stronger sense of purpose. Abundance rarely settles where fear constantly lives. It flows more naturally where it feels welcomed, respected, and emotionally safe to land. That does not mean pretending life is perfect. It means reconnecting with what restores your perspective and reminds you who you are beneath the stress. Sometimes that looks like reading something meaningful, listening to music, creating beauty around you, having honest conversations, or simply allowing yourself to feel calm inside your own space again. When you focus on what genuinely nourishes your spirit, life often begins reflecting more experiences carrying that same emotional frequency back toward you. This is not blind optimism. It is the way emotional energy slowly shapes openness, perception, and possibility. What you continue appreciating tends to grow stronger in your awareness. But gratitude is not the destination, it is the doorway. Purpose is what gives that openness direction. So let me ask you honestly, Libra, if abundance arrived in your life today, what would you want it to support? Would you create peace, beauty, healing, creativity, or more emotional freedom for yourself and others? These questions matter because they reveal the deeper reason behind your desire to receive. Once you understand that reason, your relationship with abundance begins changing completely. Money stops feeling like something you must endlessly chase and begins responding to the clarity, purpose, and emotional alignment you are building within yourself. And Libra, you are building that inner foundation now through self-awareness, gratitude, honesty, and the quiet decision to stop abandoning your own worth. Every small ritual, every moment you choose openness instead of fear, becomes part of the structure that allows abundance to remain in your life. If you want to begin today, keep it simple. Each morning, write down 10 things you genuinely appreciate, especially the small, overlooked moments like soft sunlight, emotional clarity, meaningful conversation, or the feeling of calm returning to your body. Then each night, take one quiet breath and thank whatever is already making its way toward you. Over time, this teaches your nervous system to stop preparing for disappointment and helps your heart remain open instead of expecting lack. And perhaps most importantly, it helps release the guilt you may still carry around wanting more from life. There is nothing shameful about desiring abundance when your intention is to create beauty, peace, healing, or something meaningful that supports both yourself and others. Much of that guilt was inherited from people taught to fear receiving, but it does not belong to you. Wealth itself is not dangerous. In the right hands, it becomes care, creativity, freedom, and lasting impact. And now here you are, Libra, standing at the edge of a new threshold. You have moved through emotional clearing, old stories around scarcity, signs, gratitude, and deeper self-understanding. What changes now is not that a new door suddenly appears, but that you finally realize it was never locked. The question is no longer whether abundance can find you. The real question is whether you are willing to fully receive it. No angel number, alignment, or cosmic timing can make that choice for you. Only you can decide to say yes to this moment exactly as you are now. Because in this moment, you are no longer waiting for life to choose you. You are becoming someone who consciously creates a different relationship with prosperity through trust, emotional balance, and small daily choices that slowly reshape your reality. So ask yourself gently, what is one thing you can do today that honors the version of yourself already capable of receiving more? Maybe it is creating a peaceful space at home, releasing an old belief about what you deserve, or allowing yourself to enjoy rest and beauty without guilt. Or perhaps it is simply placing your hand over your heart and quietly saying, I am open now, and I am safe to receive with balance and trust. Let that question shape the way you speak to yourself, the way you notice signs, and the depth of belief you hold around your own value. And if any part of this message stayed with you, I invite you to leave a comment below and share the angel number or repeating sign that has been appearing around you lately. And if your spirit feels ready, write this affirmation as well. I am ready to receive divine abundance in balance, not in fear. Thank you for being here and spending this time with this message. Every comment, every share, and every moment you spend connecting with this video helps extend this energy of healing and possibility farther than you realize. So if this message spoke to you, remember to like the video, subscribe, and share it with someone who may need these words today. May the wisdom of the universe, the calm strength of your spirit, and the clear voice of your inner knowing guide you through this season of transformation and abundance. And as you continue stepping toward it, remember this above all else. The key was never missing. It has been resting quietly within you the entire time. You are ready, you are worthy, and this moment is asking you to begin.